Calamari is a very popular food in many places. People all over the world enjoy eating it. You can find it in fancy restaurants. You can also find it in casual dining spots. It is often served fried with a crispy golden coating. Sometimes it comes with a dipping sauce like marinara or aioli. The simple appeal of these tender rings, often with a slight chewiness, has made them a go-to appetizer or even a main course for countless diners. This seafood dish has truly captured the taste buds of a global audience, becoming a familiar item on menus far and wide. This dish, known as calamari, actually comes from squid. Squid are fascinating creatures that live in the ocean. They belong to a group of animals called cephalopods, which also includes octopuses and cuttlefish. These animals are known for their intelligence and unique body structures. Squid have long bodies, large eyes, and many arms, often called tentacles. The part we usually eat as calamari rings comes from the main body tube of the squid. It's a simple ingredient, transformed through a specific process into the food so many people recognize and enjoy at their tables. The journey of calamari from the deep sea to your dinner plate is quite a long one. It involves many steps and different groups of people. Fishermen work hard to catch the squid from the vast oceans. Then, the squid are transported to special facilities. In these facilities, workers carefully prepare the squid. They clean it and cut it into the familiar ring shapes. This entire system is designed to bring this specific seafood product to consumers efficiently. It's a chain of events that many people eating calamari might not even think about. Understanding this journey can give us a new appreciation for the food we eat. It shows the effort and the systems that are in place to provide us with popular food items. From the ocean's depths to the processing lines, and finally to the packaging that brings it to stores, each stage is crucial. We will now explore this process. We will look at how squid are caught. We will see how they are cleaned and made into those perfect rings. This exploration reveals the hidden work behind a seemingly simple dish, a dish consumed by millions daily. The process begins far out in the ocean, where squid live in large groups called shoals. Fishing boats, often large commercial vessels, are specifically equipped for catching squid. One common method is trawling. This involves dragging huge nets through the water, sometimes near the ocean floor or in mid-water, to scoop up the squid. Another method is jigging. This uses special lures with multiple hooks that are lowered into the water. Bright lights are often used at night to attract the squid towards the jigs. These fishing operations can last for days or even weeks, covering vast areas of the sea to meet the global demand for this popular seafood. The scale of these fishing operations is immense. Modern fishing vessels are like floating factories. They are designed to catch, process, and store large quantities of seafood. When it comes to squid, these boats might catch many tons in a single trip. The crews work in shifts around the clock to manage the nets or lines and handle the catch. The goal is to maximize the amount of squid brought on board. This industrial approach to fishing ensures a steady supply of squid to the processing plants. It is a demanding job, often performed in challenging weather conditions out on the open sea, far from land. Once the squid are brought onto the fishing boat, speed is very important. To keep the squid fresh, they are often frozen quickly right there on the vessel. This is called frozen at sea, or FAS. The squid are sorted and then placed into large freezer compartments. These freezers use very low temperatures to freeze the squid solid in a short amount of time. This rapid freezing helps to preserve the texture and flavor of the squid. It stops the natural decay process from starting. This initial step is critical for ensuring that the final calamari product is of good quality when it reaches the consumer. The importance of this quick freezing cannot be overstated. If squid are not handled and frozen properly soon after being caught, their quality can decline rapidly. The flesh can become soft and the taste can be affected. By freezing them at sea, the fishing companies ensure that the squid remain in prime condition during the journey back to port. This journey can sometimes take many days. The frozen blocks of squid are then unloaded at the port and transported, still frozen, to processing facilities. This cold chain management is a vital part of the entire seafood supply system, especially for delicate products like squid. When the frozen blocks of squid arrive at the processing plant, the first step is thawing. This must be done carefully to maintain the quality of the squid. Often the blocks are placed in controlled temperature rooms or in tanks of cold water. The thawing process is monitored to ensure the squid do not get too warm, which could encourage bacterial growth. Once thawed, the individual squid are ready for the next stage cleaning. This is a labor-intensive part of preparing calamari. Each squid needs to be handled to remove the parts that are not eaten, ensuring only the edible portions move forward. The cleaning process is quite detailed. Workers, or sometimes specialized machines, begin by separating the head and tentacles from the main body tube, which is called the mantle. The long, thin internal shell, often called the pen or quill because of its shape, is carefully removed from inside the mantle. Then the skin, which is a thin, often speckled membrane covering the mantle, must be peeled off. Finally, any remaining internal organs or viscera are thoroughly cleaned out from the inside of the tube. This leaves a clean, white squid tube, which is the primary part used for making calamari rings. Many processing plants use a combination of manual labor and machinery for this cleaning stage. While some highly automated plants might have machines that can perform some of these tasks, skilled workers are often essential for ensuring a thorough job. These workers stand at processing lines, expertly handling each squid. They use knives and their hands to efficiently remove the unwanted parts. The speed and precision of these workers are crucial for maintaining the flow of production. The work environment is typically cold and wet, designed to keep the seafood fresh throughout this meticulous cleaning process. After the primary cleaning, the squid mantles are washed thoroughly. They pass through water sprays or washing tanks to remove any remaining debris or loose particles. This washing step is very important for food safety and product quality. Quality control inspectors will often check the squid at this stage. They look for any squid that haven't been cleaned properly or show signs of damage. Only the best quality, perfectly cleaned squid tubes will move on to the next part of the process, which is slicing them into the familiar calamari rings that consumers expect. Once the squid tubes are thoroughly cleaned and inspected, they are ready to be transformed into calamari rings. This is usually done by specialized cutting machines. The clean, white squid mantles are fed into these machines. The machines are equipped with a series of sharp circular blades, precisely spaced to cut the tubes into uniform rings of a specific thickness. This automated process ensures consistency in the size and shape of the calamari rings, which is important for both cooking and presentation. The machines can process a large volume of squid quickly, keeping up with the demands of mass production. After slicing, the newly formed calamari rings undergo another round of quality control. Inspectors and sometimes optical sorting machines check the rings for any imperfections. They might look for rings that are not perfectly cut, pieces that are too small, or any remaining bits of skin or internal membrane. Consistency is key in the food industry, so these checks ensure that the product meets the required standards. Any substandard pieces are removed from the production line. This careful attention to detail helps maintain the reputation of the brand and ensures customer satisfaction with the final product. The approved calamari rings are then ready for packaging. Depending on the intended market, they might be packaged raw or they could be lightly breaded or battered before freezing. The rings are often individually quick frozen, IQF. This means they are frozen separately, preventing them from clumping together in the bag. This makes it easier for consumers to take out only the amount they need. The frozen rings are then weighed and sealed into plastic bags or boxes. These packages are clearly labeled with information such as weight, nutritional facts, and cooking instructions, ready for distribution. Throughout this entire journey, from the ocean to the final package, food safety is a paramount concern. Processing plants operate under strict hygiene standards and often follow hazard analysis and critical control points, HACCP plans. These plans identify potential food safety hazards and implement controls to prevent them. Temperature control is critical at every stage, from the initial freezing at sea to storage in warehouses and display in grocery store freezers. Buying packaged calamari offers convenience because this complex process of catching, cleaning, and preparation has already been done. Consumers can enjoy this popular seafood with the assurance that it has been handled carefully.